stretches to wounding blows, although anything that would completely destroy the body proves ineffective. The subject speaks exclusively in a dialect of ancient Egyptian. Communication using a civilian translator has revealed very little about the subject's past, though it would appear that he was buried in a tomb for an unknown religious purpose. Due to his severely injured state, 138 is in a constant state of agony and has on numerous occasions insistently requested humanitarian euthanasia. No successful method of termination has yet been found, despite various and varied attempts, both official and unsanctioned. Attached is a comprehensive list of the subject's injuries. Document 27. Injuries sustained by Subject 138. Ancient injuries include a slit throat, 17 separate wounds to the torso, including 9 sword wounds, 6 spear wounds, and 2 wounds caused by unknown puncturing weapons, possibly a metal or wooden spike. Sanctioned euthanasia attempts. Severe nausea due to intravenous arsenic poison. Third-degree burns to 100% of the subject's body. Note that 138 survived a full 20 minutes in an industrial incinerator. And severe internal and nervous system damage from electrocution attempt. Also, unofficial euthanasia attempts by non-research personnel include tracheal trauma due to extended strangulation attempt, and 2 gunshot wounds to the head causing severe cranial trauma. At current date, this is all that is on file for this item. And so we will conclude this short file Extra-dimensional travel is suspected but not confirmed. No primary suspects which could be responsible for 139 have been identified, owing to the largely inconclusive results of investigative efforts. As such, 139 is currently considered a cold case and is expected to continue indefinitely. Recorded on file is a timeline of events to give more insight into Sax's disappearance. We start on March 5th, 1978. Sax clocks in at Site 97 and declines usual chatter with personnel at the front entrance. They enter their office and does not exit for the remainder of the workday. For a period of 12 hours, Sax queries 42 Psi-BNet entries pertaining to thaumaturgic workings, global leyline activity, and available research into wave and knock techniques. This idle activity contradicts their otherwise exemplary productivity record and raises concern among Site 97 staff. Sensor agents are dispatched appropriately. No further abnormalities occur until Sax is punched out and arrived at their residence in suburban Albany. By 10:45 p.m., they vacate their residence, presumably on foot to avoid detection, and exits the city limits. March 6th. A paper trail of bus and train tickets suggests Sax traveled approximately 2,000 kilometers to Topeka, Kansas, arriving at 12:15 p.m. Of note, interviewed civilians occasionally describe them as the traitor when recounting this 18-hour period. Between the dates of March 7th and April 4th, after Topeka, the paper trail terminates, and reports of Sax's location during the following month become increasingly irregular. A car they is believed to have rented is sighted in Salt Lake City, Utah, and Lubbock, Texas on March 10th and March 15th respectively, although the windshield and rightmost tail light shattered between the two cities. They are last documented in Tucson, Arizona, after residential police implicate them in a resist and flee incident on suspicions of vagrancy. On April 4th, sensor agents embedded within the Tuscan USPS removed the following letter from the mail pool. To the ones I'm running from, I hate you. I hate what you've done and what you're doing to me, and what I think you did to the others who ran. I hate how I'd find lenses in the eyes of paintings and strange fingerprints on my belongings. I'm curious by trade, but you really got me beat. I'm not the first to run, but I might be the first to break free. I'm going someplace without cameras or fingerprints, someplace you can't follow. It was fun while it lasted, but you lost this one. And soon I'll be back, and you're going to lose more. The hand's always been welcoming to people like me anyways. 139 officially excavation, the following personnel effects were discovered. The necrotic flesh of a heavily decayed human cadaver and several human bones, most pulverized by the aforementioned structural failure. A Foundation keycard for a Site-97 security specialist. ID number scratched out, suggesting deep shame. A forbidden, thaumaturgic ritual to preserve its user's spirit after their death. And a map of leyline positioning in the contiguous United States, often referenced by enemies of the Foundation. A circle had been drawn around a nexus on the U.S.-Mexico border near Tucson, Arizona. Sax's cause of death is believed to be terminal dehydration following several days of entombment. During the investigation of this air pocket, Site-97 excavators punctured a secondary cutout hidden within the concrete. Due to the considerable strain that excavation would put on Site-97's foundation, this cutout had not been analyzed extensively. What can be determined, however, is that it contains a large number of partially decomposed human eyes, believed to exceed 1,000 in total. Perforations within the concrete would have allowed these eyes to observe their target on all sides until Sax expired. However, despite Sax's death, their spirit still remains on the loose and has been designated 139-Omega. The special containment procedures in place are in regards to this free spirit. And so, we will now end today's audio with the special containment procedures in place. 139 Omega is presently being tracked, observed, and hounded by Site-97 deep cover personnel. Via unanimous 0-5 vote, the Tucson Leyline Bridge has been rerouted to Site-97's foundation for the internal. Later on, these protocols were updated. Protocol All Eyes on Lucian was rescinded, and Project Loose Ends was put in place. Site-97's full capabilities have been directed towards the neutralization of 139 Omega, who remains at large post-mortem via knowledge it has stolen from Site-97. Following a breach of its containment area beneath Site-97, 139 Omega has demonstrated robust mobility and incorporeality, rendering it difficult to track and recontain. Fortunately, it has a habit of sticking its nose in places it does not belong. And with that,